Panthers tight end Greg Olsen is set to be in the broadcast booth this Sunday for the Vikings game against the Rams. That's not sitting particularly well with Minnesota, who believes it could give the Panthers an unfair advantage when they play them in Week 14. Vikings GM Rick Spielman made a complaint to the NFL and Fox, saying that it would be inappropriate for him to be up in the booth for a game. Vikings GM Rick Spielman tells me he has spoken with the NFL and Fox to express the team feels it's inappropriate to have Panthers take Greg Olsen in broadcast booth for their game versus Rams on Sunday. Olsen can come off IR soon. Vikings at Panthers on December 10th. Tom Pelissero at Tom Pelissero November 14, 2017. Unfortunately for the Vikings, the NFL doesn't see a problem with Olsen being in the nest for the game. Vikings' request to have Greg Olsen work a different game was declined. Olsen won't be in production meeting or at walkthrough, but will be in booth Sunday. NFL says it did not object. Tom Pelissero at Tom Pelissero November 14, 2017. It's also not something that Olsen is unaware of, knowing that his team and the Vikings will be facing off next month. I don't know how much inside info they're going to give me, Olsen said. I don't know how many production meetings he'll be allowed in considering we play them a few weeks later. That question was answered rather quickly. An NFL spokesman specifically told Pelissero we did not object to this. The player will be in the broadcast booth and will not be attending practice or a production meeting. In a statement to Pelissero, Fox said we fully respect the Vikings' concerns and will limit the amount of pre-game access allowed to Greg. We look forward to welcoming him in the broadcast booth and giving viewers a unique perspective this Sunday. The Vikings' concern is legitimate but also perhaps not all that serious. Olsen will be up and able to get a good view of what the Vikings do on both sides of the ball. Is it going to give the Panthers a serious competitive advantage in a few weeks? Probably not. But it still seems like something that probably shouldn't be allowed. Olsen is on IR with a foot injury, but expected to make his return by Week 12, healthy in time for their game against the Vikings. It's not going to be the first time an active player will be in the booth. Matt Hasselbeck and Marcus Allen have both called games as active players, in 2014 and 1994 respectively, according to NFL.com. However, those players weren't playing the teams down the road. This probably won't be a huge deal, but depending on how that Week 14 matchup between the Vikings and Panthers goes, this won't be the last we hear about this.